Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Bree checking in.
It's T.
So you got Bree and T on the beat.
Yes. We made it. Another week.
I don't have no ad-lib. Yeah, yo.
Oh, girl.
I don't know. I didn't know what to say. I feel like you said yours, so I had to say mine.
It did kind of sound like an ad-lib. I didn't mean to do that, but you're right. It kind of sounded like a
Amigo. Hold on. Is that one copyrighted?
I don't know. I'm not about to play with you.
Okay. I don't know. So, hey, girl, how's it going?
It's going good. You know, we made it through another week. I can't believe it's about to be March already.
I know. It was only 28 days in February. So.
Yeah, that's true. This month. But so much happened this month. It's like, I don't know, man. What's going on? This year is speeding by. It's already about to be spring.
I'm about to be old. I can't tell y'all how old I am, but I'm about to be old.
Shut up, Bree.
I am about to be old. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you're aging well for your age.
Yes. Don't tell me that,
you still look like a teenager, so good for you.
I still get ID at the bar, so.
Yes.
You know, black don't crack.
You know it don't.
Hello.
It sure don't. So, yes, we are in our last few days, really, of February. We wanted to shed a little bit of light. You know, we did our Black History Fact for last week, and we talked about the Black Panthers. This week, we wanted to talk about the Sam Cooke documentary that's on Netflix. Yes, honey,
please talk about it, because you know.
Yes. So, actually, one of my coworkers, Cassius Clay, told me to watch it, and it's on Netflix. And this documentary is so good, y'all. So basically, like a lot of times we don't really hear a lot about Sam Cooke. Like that's so before our generation. Yeah. We don't hear a lot about him. And I knew about his influence in music and soul, but I had no idea like all of the influence he had in activism. You know, he was there side by side with Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X and fighting for the same rights.
Just trying to pave the way. Basically, that's what it was. Just paving the way for what we have today.
Yeah, for where we are today. And, you know, he grew up in the North, but once he started popping, you know, and became who he was, he started traveling to the South. And this was like right when the civil rights movement was bubbling and about to begin. And he saw how crazy things were. And like, you know, I guess it took him going to the South to just see how big the injustices were for Black people.
He just wanted to basically take charge and be a part of it, which is amazing because we appreciate that today.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And so basically he'd go into these cities and see how things were being, and he ultimately ended up using his platform to bring about change. You know, he would go to performances. It came to a point where he was like, you know, I'm not going to perform for segregated crowds anymore because...
But that's how it should have been. Like, that's how it should be.
And it's crazy to even think that was a norm where you could be performing and it's like white people on one side. And to even think about that, like I have to go over here,
I don't think I would fit in. I really don't, because I like to talk to everybody. Hey, girl. You know, I got my little Caucasian friend. Hey, girl.
My Caucasian friend.
No, for real. Like I can't do it. No.
Absolutely. And he had a major appeal to the white community as well as the Black community. So he used that to sort of bridge a gap and, you know, break down racial barriers. And the Netflix documentary is so good because it
girl, you making me want to go watch it.
You gonna have to watch it, girl. You gonna have to watch it.
But I don't know. It's just like when they wrap it up and they show how, you know, his life ended. I think that's what just kind of breaks my heart because.
But that's the value in it because it's like we have to educate ourselves on these things because the documentary talks about his life, but it also talks about his death, which I really didn't know much about. Basically, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but the way this man ultimately got killed, it didn't add up to what people said was his character. Like, you know, the altercation he got into and ended up getting shot.
They always make it look worse than what it really was. And when you see somebody that's trying to bring change and be influential to everybody else, then of course, you know, back then it was a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Exactly. It was a problem. You know, they didn't want Black people to be educated. They didn't want us to learn how to read. They didn't want us to go to school. They didn't want us to do anything. So when you see somebody that's here that's trying to make change, you have to figure out, okay, how do we stop this person?
Yeah.
Because he over here he over here talking crazy. Now everybody gonna start talking crazy. Everybody gonna feel like they can go out.
He's empowering Black people. So, you know, it's bringing about too much change, too much disruption. And at the time, it's just crazy because as I'm watching it, it talked about him even starting up his own Black-owned record label.
Which I just think that's just so... inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, like, it's really inspiring because, like you said, they were, you know, trying to own their own masters, and but that's here now. Like,
Yeah,
that's what people are doing now.
Artists are fighting for that now, like, you know, to actually look at their contracts and look at the deals that they're signing, and
Baby.
you know, what am I signing? What am I really getting? You know, so it was very innovative way of thinking, and yeah, and it's just cool because it's crazy because once he started getting too deep into that, like, oh, I want to own the rights to my music, oh, I want to, you know, be heavily involved, that's when ultimately he got killed.
But you know what? It doesn't surprise me because if you go back and you look at any of these movies or you read any of these stories, it's always a Caucasian person that was the manager, somebody who was controlling the money, you know, and they wrote those contracts so tight that you didn't understand that you were not about to get paid.
Yep.
Like, it's so many legends like Tony Braxton, NWA, you know, that's a good example, as well as New Edition. Like, none of them, they didn't know.
Yeah, you don't
know,
really, and they're young.
They're young, exactly. They're young, and they don't have anybody there that's in the industry that can guide them, and all they have is this Caucasian person that's telling them, oh no, just sign, I'm gonna make you famous.
Make it sound good, I'm gonna make you famous.
They always say, I'm gonna make you famous. I don't ever hear, I'm gonna make you wealthy. You know? Like, let's create this long money. That's
the longevity.
They're gonna make you famous, but they're trying to pat in their own pockets. They let you go out here and splurge. They don't tell you that that's a part of your expenses.
Yep.
Oh, you paying first class for all your friends. They don't tell you that's a part of your expenses. So when that check comes, that $200 check, you did all these tours and all this extra stuff. Oh, you did a limo. You had the penthouse suite. And
that came out of all of your budget.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're not even realizing it.
And it's just like when you have somebody like Mr. Cooke to come in and he's here to try to educate, they don't like that.
Yeah, especially at that time. He was becoming way too powerful.
Yep.
And the sad thing about it too is that during that time, even when he got killed, he was traveling in a small town, I believe in the South. And basically, what it boils down to, the FBI never really did a thorough investigation of his death.
So do you feel like he was becoming too powerful, or he was becoming too educated?
I think he was already educated, but I think he was becoming too powerful, and I think with that he was trying to upbring his people, and at that time, I think they just had too much fear of what he was going to do, what he was going to accomplish.
He was trying to conquer the world, honey.
He was trying to conquer the world, and he was using his platform to try to bring up his people. And ultimately, like, he was very young, even when all of this happened. Like, I don't remember exactly how old he was at the time of his death, but he was so young.
I was gonna say most of them are young. Young, you're not old. You're young and you're doing this.
Yeah. So imagine what he would have continued to do, and I think that's what it boils down to. It's like ultimately we'll never really know. It's sad because they never really finished. They didn't take the proper steps throughout the investigation. So now it's just kind of left with conspiracy theories. Like a lot of people think the FBI took him out and all of this stuff. Knows. But, you know, it's just sad because the way they viewed it is like it's another black man. Why should we investigate it that deep?
But they didn't stop. Listen, they didn't stop no show because guess we're here now.
Yeah, we are.
So it's just like we're still prospering, you know.
Yeah, we are definitely still prospering.
Still growing, and we have came a long way.
We have came a long way, and we still got a long way to go. But it's just important to know about people like this because so many black people got kind of swept under the rug during that time. You know, they were writing songs for white artists, and they were barely getting paid. You know what I mean?
All these songs I've heard is like the black person singing, and then you backdoor and you hear. Honestly, not even I hear a black person singing. I'll hear a Caucasian person singing, and then come to find out, a African American wrote it, and I'm just like, I know that song. I heard it before, and it's just like, oh,
Elvis is a prime example.
Like, y'all just really out here trying to be like us.
Yeah,
you can't stand us, but you really out here trying to take our flavor, our look, our hair, our everything. Like,
it's like what they say. They want to be black until it's time to be black.
Hello, you hit that right on the nail, honey.
So yeah, but we definitely want to shed some light off that. Make sure you guys go check out this documentary, especially for people like in our age. It's good good to learn about people who paved the way. Like, I learned so much about him, and yeah, it was just really cool. So check that documentary out on Netflix, guys.
Ooh, well, that's gonna wrap up our Black History Month. Girl, we're gonna move into these Grammys. Not the Grammys,
but like you said
last time,
you said every month is Black History Month, so it's never a bad time to
every
shine light.
month, every day, you know, we always gonna celebrate. Yes, honey. But
we always need to be educated in our culture, so.
We gotta talk about these Oscars. So, what did you like about the Oscars?
Well, to be honest, if I'm 100% honest, I really didn't even watch the Oscars.
Listen, we always come here, we do this. You know what? I'm not gonna tell my business.
Everything you need to know is on social media.
You're right. You don't got to. I'm not even gonna say it because it's gonna sound mean. You don't have to sit there through those long songs. They give you the extended version.
Yeah.
And then you gotta sit there through those long speeches, but I get the point.
Yeah, we get the point.
I get the important part. That's all that matters. I get the important part.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters is the important part. So
yeah, but we knew that Black Panther was gonna take home some awards.
Of course.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be right if they didn't.
Forever.
Wakanda forever.
That's how I was trying to figure out. You be singing all the time.
Girl, it just be sizzling in my spirit.
And we still had American Idol. Not American Idol, but the Apollo. I will be there to support you, okay?
Girl, that's all that matters. I appreciate it.
So we got the Black Panther. They won something.
They won Best Costume Design and I think Best Production. Let me see. Best Costume Design and Best Production Design, which, I mean, they definitely should have took home. If they didn't win the Best Costume Design, look, canceled.
Girl.
Oscars are canceled. So that was good. And then we know about Regina King too.
Yeah, honey. Hunty.
She looked so good. Oh my God.
Listen, y'all sleeping on Regina.
Yeah.
She been around since the 1990s. When I tell you, she's played in Friday, she's played in Daddy Daycare, she's played in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
A classic.
Everything.
That's a classic.
Like you reminded me she was in Poetic Justice. I don't know how I forgot that.
Like what? This Christmas, Legally Blonde. Sis was in everything. Like y'all really over here. Ray Charles.
Honestly, I was surprised that she didn't. When I found out that was her first Oscar, I was like, wow.
But what about Ray Charles in 2004?
Yes.
2004, she was in Ray Charles.
Oh my God, that was such an incredible movie too.
How Stella got her groove back.
Yeah. And you know she played the voice of those little kids on the Boondocks. Huey, and I don't remember the other child, but I grew up on the Boondocks, baby.
But it's just
I love the Boondocks.
She was in so many classics.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like it was the Ray Charles. I'm just gonna say Ray Charles. She should have got one for that.
Yeah,
for sure. So, congratulations to you, Regina.
Long overdue,
baby. Long overdue.
Long overdue.
She's been in the game for 20 plus years.
Yeah,
20 plus years, and she's finally getting her Oscar. So, I mean, it's a proud moment.
It is a proud moment. Congratulations to her. There was still a lot of controversy around this year's Oscars, even with Spike Lee, because I know I don't remember what the category was, but he lost to his movie Black Klansman.
But he's been around.
I know.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, it's okay to let somebody else, finally come in and get their shine. Somebody should be acknowledged for what they've done. Like, he's done a lot of classics. He's done a lot of things. So,
but he's still doing it. I mean, you gotta give the shine to where it's deserved to be at. So, I mean,
I think that he does really, really good work.
Yeah, he does amazing work.
It's okay to let other people come in and
yeah, it is. But the controversy came in with the movie. I honestly haven't seen it yet, but the Green Book. Mm-mm. It was like the gosh, I wish I knew this man's name. Something Ali or anyway. So it was the black man, and he was portraying. He was a black man, and he was a very famous composer, and the white man was his driver.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, you know what? That looks like a really good movie. I haven't got a chance to go and see it, but yes.
Mm-hmm. But I think what the controversy.
Oh, it was Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart.
No, not that one. That's a different one. That's a different one. But anyways, the controversy was basically
I'm trying to figure out.
Look up the Green Book. Look it up. Because once you see the cover, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
I gotta sit here and see what you're talking about.
You're gonna see, and then I think his name is Marshall.
Oh, okay.
Marshall Ali or something. What's his name? Who played the main character? But you've seen this, right? You've seen the trailer for this.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, but I think the controversy came in with that movie was like, he was playing such a famous composer. Why did they make the movie about this relationship between him and his white driver, when they could have really just made the movie about him? So I think that's where from what I see, that's where a lot of the controversy came in with that movie winning over Spike Lee's Black Klansman. But like I said, I haven't seen the movie. I do understand the controversy, but like I said, I can't really speak on that too much because I haven't seen the movie. So, but it was interesting because, as always, there's always going to be some controversy with these award shows.
Mahershala Ali. That's his name.
I thought it was Marsha.
Okay.
We know last name Ali, so.
Okay, well, girl, listen, congratulations to everybody that won an Oscar. It is a huge accomplishment. It basically just shows, all the hard work and dedication that you put into your artwork, because that's what it is, and your craft. So, one day that's gonna be me, sis.
Yeah. Oh, you go. Okay, Miss Actress.
Hello. Okay. Hello.
I'm gonna be there to support.
Hello. I'll be there. Be like, T, you my girl. Yes, sis. Yes. Listen, so when they give me my time, I'm gonna be like, y'all better not cut this music on. That's the first line I'm saying.
That's so funny.
Y'all better not cut this music on before I start talking, because I'm a little long-winded or whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. We know you like to talk. And I'm gonna be winning me my granny for doing my little ooh.
That's what you going with? Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna win my Grammy, so you're gonna be there to support.
Girl, I'm not about to sit here and play with you, but we're gonna get into something serious.
Yeah, let me stop smiling.
I mean, I just smile naturally, so
I know, me too.
I can't help it. But we did want to come to you guys and talk about this Momo challenge that's been going around.
Ooh. Because
I keep saying this all the time, but I don't have any kids. But being that I am in the generation, I think I'm in between. But we're in the generation to where these kids grow up with nothing but technology.
Oh, yes.
And my nephew, he is on YouTube nonstop. He don't even watch regular TV. He is just on YouTube. And any of my friends' kids, they always got the iPad or they got the phone. It's just something to keep them quiet while we're trying to handle, not me. While they're trying to handle their business, and it's we're not paying attention. And they got this little Momo challenge going around where this little thing that a foreigner made, I guess, I don't know what exactly it was made for, but it's being used as something to target the younger kids. Yeah. Letting them know, to kill themselves and just kind of telling them to do little things that they shouldn't do. Yeah. And basically, if they tell their parents that it's going to come and get them, and it's sad,
Yeah, and honestly, it's even creepy as an adult, because she showed me the picture, and it's I didn't even want to watch it.
Girl, we watched it. Y'all, we watched this video together. We watched the video together because, first of all, I'm scary. And I don't like scary movies, scary images, nightmares. Anything that has to do with something that's going to come and hunt me in my sleep. I don't fool with it.
Yeah.
At all. Mm. So I just think that it was something that we should talk about and just kind of bring up, and just to be mindful of the things that your kids are watching and the things that are influencing them, because this is real. This is a real life thing.
It is real. And it was actually on the, because there's a YouTube and then there's a YouTube Kids. Mm-hmm. And so when parents are, they don't even think twice, because when they're giving their kids the iPad or whatever, and they're like, oh, they're on the YouTube Kids platform. Mm-hmm. So they're not thinking anything of it. They're thinking everything on there is PG, it's kid friendly. They're not expecting a little demon to pop up.
But you know what? This thing has, from what I've been told, it's been around since January 10th.
Ooh.
And it's almost, it's March. It's the beginning of March. So I want everybody, it's just, how does it go on that long? If this is supposed to be YouTube Kids, who's monitoring this? Who's aware of the things that's going on? I don't think nobody knew until it started to get flagged.
Yeah.
Kids started to say something to their parents. They were scared, they were crying, or they was mentioning it. So,
yeah, it was getting flagged. And then from what I understood, it would get flagged and then it would pop up in other videos. Mm-hmm. So whoever was putting this content.
In the videos.
Yeah, whoever was doing this, whoever was hacking into this, they would put it into other videos too. So, Girl, I don't know. It is sick. It's so sick-minded because these people are literally targeting children.
And you're telling this child to kill themselves. You're teaching them how to slit their wrists, and you're telling them that, if you tell basically you're the boogeyman for the new generation.
Ooh, it's kind of giving me
That's really
chills.
what it is. It's just the boogeyman for the new generation. So you're just basically telling these kids you don't have nothing to live for.
Yeah, don't tell your parents.
So I think it's just for everybody, for us, especially because it's younger kids raising kids, to us to be mindful of what our children are watching.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, yeah, I'm glad that we are bringing awareness to that. Like, even celebrities, like you said, are speaking out about it.
I know Kim Kardashian brought it up. Tory Lanez brought it up. A lot of people are paying attention, and they're speaking out about it. So, I think it's something that's very important, and it's a serious matter.
Yeah,
so,
just to bring awareness to in general, to just pay attention to what kids are doing, what they're playing, because... Oh, God. It is so hard, too, because it's like you said, we're not parents, but I can only imagine, like you mentioned, when they're trying to clean up, when they're trying to do stuff, that's a good way to get your kids to kind of just be still and be in their zone. So, I don't know. That's just hard to be in that position.
A mom, she went to the news channel about it, and she basically said her 3-year-old, let me repeat, her 3-year-old came to her and was terrified about it. And she said something to her, a 3-year-old? Like, really? So this is something that's going to traumatize this child, that is going to be a childhood memory for this kid.
Yeah, hell, it traumatized me when I saw it.
Girl, hello. But it's so crazy because every time I would see the image, I would just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Like, I never read it.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it.
I didn't even know what it was about. Like, I just kept scrolling. Like, I didn't think, I don't like that kind of stuff anyways, until I saw a celebrity speak out about it, Tory Lanez speak out about it, and then I was just like, okay, so let me go see let me get the backstory behind it. Let's see what's really going on. So that's why I wanted to get a little bit more information about what was going on. So, y'all, be mindful of what your kids are watching. That's just point blank, period. That's what it is.
Period.
No one is safe.
Ain't nobody safe.
One of our listeners said no one is safe. This is so serious. The parents not safe. The kids not safe. Just be mindful of your surroundings.
And it's crazy, y'all, because I know when I was a kid, like getting into my teenage years and my preteen, I know my parents couldn't really keep up what I saw on the internet. And, so I can imagine now it's like on a whole nother level. So,
But anywho, we're going to move on to something else, guys. What's our next topic for today?
Let's talk about this Breakfast Club interview with Offset.
Girl, yes. Okay.
Yes. So,
I feel like every time you have something to say interesting, you be like,
yes. Okay. I do.
No,
it's so natural.
You say for real.
And I sing when I talk. It's so weird. But.
No, but I like when you be like, yes, because I know it's some juicy stuff about to come on. She be like, yes.
You know it.
You know, every time I start something interesting, I'm be like, yes.
Yes.
I'm going to just start off with that, and then we just going to go into whatever it is we want to talk about.
You get me. You get me, okay? You get me. So, yeah, Offset joined, Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy on The Breakfast Club. He was talking about his new album.
The Father of Four.
And he just kind of talked about his personal life and his relationship with his baby mamas, all of that. What I thought was really interesting about the interview was that what we saw with the album when he first dropped the cover, we didn't first of all, we didn't really expect it to be Father of Four. We didn't expect it to be highlighting his relationship with his kids. But he was kind of speaking on that and how he wants to kind of change the content in his music, because we know the Migos, they for the last few years they're the biggest hip hop group. Period.
Yellow.
So we know they have.
That was my ad-lib. That's my ad-lib. Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like I had to say something like
whatever sizzles in your spirit, baby. I ain't even mad.
I just had to because I just feel like it was necessary.
It was.
So they can put me on the album.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They gonna
That wasn't it.
You gonna be getting a call soon.
That wasn't it. All right. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
It's okay.
I'm trying to get my feature.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. But so what I thought was interesting is that he really was just talking about how he wants to change the context of his music. And, you know, like we said, we know the Migos got famous off of, like, you know, trap music. And it's still trap, but it's like everything is like trap, you know, trap out the bando, all that Versace highlighting the materialistic things. But he wanted to give us a more introspective look into his life and fatherhood. He's speaking on the album about things that are really kind of touchy, like even speaking about like his first daughter. He was apologizing because he didn't even know if that was his child. All of that. So
I've been hearing. So I mean, I think it's more so. Other than the album, I've been hearing so much backlash coming from her.
Oh, from his baby mama?
Yeah, coming from the baby mama, basically, you know, her talking about how she did it on her own and how he didn't step up to the plate. And, like, it wasn't her choice to do it by herself. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know the situation, but apparently it was a one-night stand or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it was just a one time they had sexual intercourse and then she happened to get pregnant and he didn't know that the child was his, but being that he was at the stature that he was, of course, anybody's going to be skeptical.
Right.
Like, in any situation, you know, so.
Right. And I don't think it's anything wrong with him wanting to be like, oh, let me find out for sure. I think maybe her issue was that it was so hard to get in contact with him because he even said, like, you know, she had to go through his mother finally to contact him to let him know
that he had a child.
Yeah.
I feel like I can see it from both ends because, yes, it was that one contact and then you just kind of lose. So you on the other end, you're that person that's, you know, with child and you're trying to get a hold of him, but you can't because he's at this certain level and you can't reach that.
Yeah.
So, of course, you're going to be frustrated. Like, you're going through 9 months, 10 months, however long, you know, holding this man's child, and you're doing it by yourself, so I get it. You know, of course you're going to be frustrated. You have to let everybody know, like, I'm doing this by myself.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think, like, I think he was honest about that. Like, even in his music and even in the interview, I think her issue was more so the actual interview and how things were portrayed. And, I mean, I watched the interview. I didn't really think that he portrayed any of his baby mothers in a bad way.
Everybody's perspective is different.
But yeah, you're right.
Perspective is different, so we have to think about that. But
obviously she's looking at it from a more personal aspect because she's involved. But at the end of the day, I did enjoy the interview. I like that he's trying to, like, one of the things he said that substance is coming back around, which I don't think substance in hip hop ever really went away totally, but I do think that is good that he wants to, like, in order for the Migos and for them individually to have longevity in their career, I think it is important that they don't just talk about trapping and, you know, because that's not their life anymore. They not selling drugs out the bando and all that.
Let's be real. I'm going to spit some realness to y'all.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea, honey.
All I know is Offset over here trying to be good, okay? Because he just got Cardi back and he ain't trying to have no slip-ups.
You ain't lying.
That's just what it is. He
you
don't
ain't
want to
lying.
have no slip-ups because he know
lying.
he just got Cardi back and Cardi probably back there holding on to his little dreadlock like, say something wrong.
Say something.
Say, I dare you to say the wrong thing. I can just see it. Because we already know Cardi B is crazy. We might not see it over here, but we know she crazy.
Yeah,
we know
for
she
sure.
Crazy, so.
For sure. And it's also different when you're dealing with those things in such a huge limelight. You know, he spoke on his relationship with Cardi too, and you know.
Let's, you know what? What about your favorite? My favorite song was The Clout.
Yes!
My favorite song was The Clout because...
Doing anything for clout. Doing anything for clout. And yeah, that song was the hardest on the album. Not just because we're Cardi fans, but like...
I think that it spoke some realness. Like, everybody's trying to break up... Not everybody, but a lot of people are trying to break up his relationship. Old flings are trying to come in and break up a happy home.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
Yeah.
That's to be expected. When you're out there, you're in the light, everybody wants some.
Yeah.
So,
everybody want a little taste.
Everybody want a little taste, okay? So, I mean, what do you expect? But I do like the song, and I like how he's speaking realness and how Cardi come in, and she putting it down.
She always put it down. She
always
put it down.
Cardi is my girl. Like, y'all know, anybody who know me, y'all know Cardi is my girl, and I'm rocking till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
Ever since I was following her before. I'm Cardi B from the Bronx. Like, I was before all of that. You know, when she only had 30,000 followers on Instagram.
When them teeth was looking like a roller coaster.
Not too much on Cardi. Not too much. But
I love Cardi. I'm just saying.
When she had the 30,000 and she was growing. And now she's at I don't even know how many millions of followers that she have. But that just goes to show, like, people been rocking her for a long time. And to see where she is now and how she's growing, you know, it's inspiration. It is inspirational. And even with all of the things that are going on with Offset, like, it's cool to see where all of that development is going to come to. You know, maybe it'll even seep into the Migos and their next album when they decide. Maybe they'll decide to kind of bring a little bit more of substance into their music. Like I'm saying, with their next album, because he's making a decision to want to put a little bit more substance into his music. Maybe it'll affect them as a group too. So we'll see. We will see, y'all. But Lord, enough about them. I love them. We're not gonna go too much deeper into them. Okay? We're gonna leave that where it's at. We're gonna leave it where it's at. We're glad that they're both growing as a people. I'm glad that they're back together. They're doing it for their family. That beautiful baby girl Culture. Like, Lord, please share some more pictures because I love Culture. Like, she's just so beautiful. Why are you cheesing so hard? That's your cheesing. My bad. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start. Why are you? There must be a little thing or something. Like, let me just get something and just. Yep. Oh, you failed. You failed. I don't know. That's what you do all the time. But you know what? On the video, it look cool. Like, I want to just boss them up and just kind of throw it back there. But whenever we have our little, you know. Our fishbowl, then we'll do that. But let's talk about J. Cole. Yes, let's talk about J. Cole. So we know he released the visual for Middle Child. Thank you, because I'm technically the middle child because my mama have 4 kids. It's my sister, me, and my little brother, and then my baby brother. Yeah. And me and my little brother are the middle child, but he has the little child syndrome. Aww. But we're both spoiled. No, he's not spoiled. He's just kind of out to himself, and he's very quiet. Oh, okay. Yeah. He has the middle child syndrome. Yeah, he has the middle child. Okay. No. The baby brother. Oh, he has the baby brother syndrome. Yeah. Oh, he got it. He got there. He ain't doing nothing. Oh, his baby is there. He is the baby of the family for real. Yeah, okay, that's cute. But. Yeah, I don't know. How does that even work? But I appreciate that, though. Yeah, I do, too. I mean, I like how he's referencing him being the middle child syndrome. And I can relate to that. Yes, he's referencing the middle child syndrome to, like, his place in hip-hop culture. You know, he's kind of like that in-between of the older generation and the new generation. And I think J. Cole is awesome just because he's, like, comes from just the way he thinks. He's very conscious in his lyrics, but he also finds a way to relate it to the new school, but still be authentic to himself. One thing I can say, he hasn't ever switched up. He's one of those ones that stays consistent in everything that he does. Absolutely. And he even talked about in there about the feature and all of that. And I have not. He's featured on other people's records, but I have not ever seen anybody feature on his records. Yeah. Especially when he put out an album. I mean, I might be wrong, but no, he has some features, but you're right. He holds his weight on his own, like in a lot of his songs. On his own records, he don't have anybody feature in his album. Right. And I just think that's really cool. Like, that's just something I guess he just sticks to, and him by himself is powerful. Yeah. My favorite song from him is Window Pane. And I'm just like, oh. Yes. You see, I can't even sing it to y'all. Like, but it's like thought-provoking, and it's something you can relate to. Yeah, which is really all of his music. And so even with this video, Middle Child, like, it's crazy because we watched the video, and then we also watched a video where it kind of dissected it, and it's crazy how many, like, things how many messages in the video. And even one thing I never would have really pinpointed was, like, throughout the video he was in the middle the whole majority of the time, and it just basically stating how he's in the middle of everything: society, the hip-hop culture, his family, he's just always been that middle child.
And with everything going on with him, he's just kind of been in his place, even though he's killing it, even though he's really putting out this fire.
Baby, killing it is an understatement. He's out here laying down the truth.
Yeah.
And I can say every song is consistent. Like, every song is always a message.
It's always a message.
And I applaud him from that, for just staying consistent. You know, he never switched up. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say or anybody that, you know, is on the outside judging him. Like, he's always there to let us know something. Like, everything has a purpose.
For sure. For sure. And I know when we were looking at it, like, some of the messages within the video, like, it was really cool. One thing I thought that was really empowering was seeing the women, like the all-female band behind. Even he was in the middle, but he had all these women, like this young female band, and it was kind of setting the pace and the tone for the whole video, which is, to me, I feel like it's kind of referencing the culture, like setting the tone for the culture. Like, you know, you have these powerful black women in the band, and
but even the face, though.
Yeah. Oh,
him touching the face, you know, the person, the Caucasian lady picking up the face, or whatever, you know, race she was, just picking up the face, and it's just like,
it was.
This speaks volumes.
Yeah.
This speaks volumes. Like, for real.
It goes back to, like, you want to be black until it's time to really be black. Like, that's it.
No, baby, no, you're getting the braids, and then you're getting the lips, you're getting the booty. Like, everything that you want is mimicking the black female. Like, this is something that comes natural, like the big hips, the big breasts, the, you know, everything, the braids, like, everything.
And he had the woman, like, admiring the baby hairs, and now it's like, you see that everybody's
when he put the baby hairs, I'm like, wait a minute, baby hairs. Oh, but the naps, though. You talk about the naps, but you want these baby hairs.
Yeah.
I don't got the baby hairs, but you want the baby hairs, though. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
but it's crazy because that's something, like, you look way back in our culture and you see our women, like, slicking down that hair and put that creativity into laying down them baby hairs.
Like, we don't have to, because y'all see T baby hair right here.
Girl,
you see the baby?
I do not know how
you see the baby?
First of all, I
had to point at T. I had to point at T baby hairs over here.
First of all,
even though she a little, you don't care. I gotta point at the baby hairs.
Side
point
note,
at the baby hairs.
Side note, y'all, when this whole bringing back the edges, laying down the edges came back, first of all, I need help because I do not know how to lay my baby hairs down properly. And for a while, I was thinking my hair was too coarse to even do that. But tell me why my 12-year-old cousin in Dallas, I was visiting them, and she was like,
laid your stuff
girl,
down.
and she has dreads like me, and girl, her baby hairs be laid. And so I was like,
did she do the little curl for you?
Girl, she knew how to do the girl. She knew it all. And I was like, she was like, no, I got you, boo. I got you. I was like, okay, let's see what you can do. Girl, she did it. Girl, I have not been able to do it how she's done it. You know, I gotta practice. I gotta practice.
Make perfect.
And I gotta find the right gel. So if y'all know the right gel, please let me know, because I got some thick hair. Okay, okay,
girl.
They might be laid for about 30 minutes. You step outside,
then
get that texture right back. You know
the texture.
That
look, you get that
it's
curl.
Like, it's like poof.
That's how mine is, bitch. I've been putting this little oil on here, so it's been keeping my stuff a little straight or whatever.
Yes,
but we ain't gonna talk about that. But anywho. J. Cole, we see you, we hear you, and the message is there. Like, keep doing your thing.
And I'm just proud as a man, as a black man, he acknowledged that, because it's like we see it.
But the fact that you are acknowledging women so much.
And it's important for, like, we obviously as women we feel it a little differently. Like, we're gonna see it, but for strong black men in a position like that to acknowledge stuff like that, it's important
because it's the pressure.
Yeah,
it's the pressure.
Yeah.
So
it's good. You know, we need that support, and we need you to acknowledge it. Even though I'm not saying that other people are always going to be influenced by hip hop culture and black culture, and that's fine. But it's like, don't act like y'all invented it. You know what I mean? Let's just give credit where credit is due.
What you say? Let's say it together.
Don't act like y'all invented it.
Okay? Don't do it, because it didn't come from you.
For real. So, you know, give credit where credit is due.
We've been talking about the culture a lot. Yeah. We gonna move on to our homie. He ain't really our homie, but, you know, he is our homie.
Who we talking
Meek
about?
Mill.
Okay, Meek Mill.
We gonna talk about Meek Mill, H-Town Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Because he might as well go ahead and get a residency in Houston, Texas. Like, baby, you done got your own day.
Yeah, it's a little shocking. He got
Meek
a day.
Mill got it. Why is it shocking?
Because I'm just like Meek Mill. I didn't expect it.
I feel like he's really here a lot.
Yeah.
I really do feel like he's here a lot. You know, he has a lot of friends here. He do shows. You know, he's very, very supportive. And he's doing a lot in the community.
Right.
You know, a little something, so, you know.
Yeah, well, they gave him his day because of his involvement in the prison reform, that's great. I'm all for that. But I don't know. I feel like Houston, people who have a day in Houston should be reserved because there's so many positive people who are actually doing things from Houston.
Do you feel like there's too many people that get...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
like the fact, Michelle. We know K. Michelle has a day in Houston.
So you just feel like they just passing out shows?
Yes, I just feel like they just handing them out.
All right, Mayor Turner.
You get a day.
Mr. Turner.
You get a day.
Mr. Turner, since y'all just out here passing out days. If y'all want to give me a day... What's up?
Go ahead and get Bree into your day. You feel me?
Go and get Bree into your day. Because we out here trying to influence these young folks to do the best.
Yeah, we are,
trying
man.
to live their best
We
life
trying.
and be entrepreneurs and be great, okay? That's what we're trying to do. That's realistic.
So, but you know, it's interesting. Sorry, I had to yawn, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Mama.
I gotta get my sis right, y'all. I gotta get my sis right.
That's right. But y'all know he was here last weekend. He had his concert, which was cool. He also came out and spoke to the kids, which was really inspiring. He joined the organization Reading with a Rapper, and I think that's really dope, everything they're doing, because with Meek Mill and every artist they bring in, they're basically trying to bring social awareness and break down. But that's what it's about, though.
Everything is social. Everything is social now, so I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and so it's really cool with the organization. They kind of like dissected his music. Like it was really dope to see like the kids, they actually like having them go through the lyrics and like think about, what do you think he was thinking about when he wrote this? What do you think inspired this? Because so many times, especially young people, listen to music and you're not really thinking about, what am I listening to? So it kind of changes a different perspective, and they try to integrate the fun and bring the culture into learning. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, if you can find a way to make learning fun and make cultural awareness fun, like that's a great thing, because it's going to make the kids pay attention.
Right.
So yeah, I applaud everything they're doing. He gave some really great advice to the kids about being educated and how that affects you in everything you do, all of that. So that was dope.
I think that's what's up.
Yeah.
I feel like we need that. Everything, you know, everything that comes to Houston, all the great things, all the, you know, just making the city grow. Like, I think it's much appreciated because it's just so many different aspects that goes into Houston that different people are experiencing. And for him to do that, I think that is very, like, my favorite word is inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, so we appreciate that. Like I said, you might as well go ahead, get a residency in Houston, because you're always here. You're always here. And you're going to come. Here. Listen.
This is a great city.
Wait, I'm going to say this right now. We're going to have Meek Mill on the show one day.
Okay, boom.
We're going to have Meek Mill on the show, and y'all think it's a game? Watch how we work.
Think it's a game.
Watch how we work. We're going to have Meek Mill on the show one day. Y'all think, okay.
For sure.
And y'all going to be like, what? Yeah. He going to be in here talking about everything that's going on, you know, with his life, his music, and him just trying to help the community because he knows that side of it. You know,
and he's been in jail. He's been in the streets.
He's been, he's been incarcerated for, you know, some time. So he know how it is. The fact that he gets out and he's trying to do something for them, like, that's what's up. Like, you don't want to put that behind you, but you want to help those that get out, because everybody don't have that way. But he paved his way before he went in, and now he's just continuing to pave his way. Yeah. But bringing along those he was incarcerated with, and those who he wasn't, like those who were in the same situation as him. So I just think that's what's up.
That is what's up.
Kudos to you.
Kudos to him.
Kudos to him.
Kudos to you, Meek Mill. Yes, do your thing. As long as it's a positive, you know, like I really like that, speaking with the kids and all of that. You know, they're going to listen to somebody they feel like is cool, somebody who they can relate to.
And who has been there.
And who has been there.
Instead of putting it in his music and continuing to do it in a derogatory way to get themselves back, like he doing it in a positive way.
Yeah, he's doing it in a positive way.
So, anywho, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with Jordyn Woods. We're going to wrap it up
your
with
whole
Jordyn.
energy just changed. Like, we just so tired of this. Because that's what it is.
It's just like, we got this Jordyn Woods situation and the Kim Kardashian. You know, I love Khloe. Like, a lot of people don't like them, but I love Khloe because Khloe was the outsider sister. Like, that's how I look at her. Like, she used to be that sister that everybody shinned on. You know, like, they used to... She was the bigger one. Like, she wasn't cute, and like people used to talk about her so much. And I'm just, because she never changed up.
And she seemed like she'd been through a lot.
Yeah, like she never changed up who she was. Like, she just wanted to do her business and also have that family, and then it just kind of turned on her. You know, everything just kind of went south. But
yeah, but you got to think of the type of men and people you're attracting, because it's like, even with this whole. And it's you know what? I'm not even gonna say I do have compassion for her and the situation she's in, but you were dealing with this before Jordyn came around.
No. My thing is, when you said that the type of men that she's dealing with, like, let's be real, because I heard somebody speak some real stuff to me. Like, I'm not gonna mention who, but I had somebody who really speaks some real to me, who is who has that stature now, and they basically told me that you're not about to, where you are now in your life, you done moved up, you got millions of followers, and you famous, and you always in the blogs. You're not about to date Lil Pookie from around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, like, you gonna date who in your circle. Like, you're not about to date Lil Ray Ray from high school or Lil Bookie from middle school. Like, you're not about to date those people. You about to date those basketball players. You about to date those musicians, or you about to date those actors, or those people who have money. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you don't want to talk to somebody who, I'm not gonna say beneath you, but somebody who don't understand.
Right, they run in the same. They're kind of on the same level with you, and I'm not saying that's an issue. What I'm saying is that Tristan Thompson, I mean, yeah, he may be an athlete, all these things, but it's people that have money and roll around in that same type of level. It doesn't have to just be an actress, an actor, somebody in the entertainment industry.
That's why I said lawyers,
anything. But even else, I'm not even saying anything is wrong with dating somebody in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about him specifically as a person. They show you when somebody shows you who they are, you believe it. And he was cheating on her throughout her.
I was gonna say,
right before she gave birth.
Like we talked about last week, he was already in a relationship before they met. So how you get him is how you lose him.
There we go.
I'm never gonna stray away from that. I don't expect to be with a man who I took from somebody else to be faithful to me. And it's harsh, but that's the sad reality.
Reality.
That's what it is. Like, you took him away from somebody else, and we don't know the back end of that story or how anything went, but that's reality. Like, if they were separated, they was together, she was pregnant with his child. So they were still dealing with each other between that 9 months. So it is what it is.
That's an intense situation to walk into. And he's very young. He
is young. Tristan Trevor.
Yeah.
Tristan Trevor. We know.
He's very young, so and even with Jordyn Woods, she's even way younger. She's like 21. She's still a baby, so it's like, even with that, I mean, I'm interested to see. Like, I was kind of done with all of this, but when I seen her,
what is she to go to the red talk table? Like, what do you have to say?
I'm interested. But
I've seen all the things about all the little memes, all the comments,
the little memes.
The meme, I call them memes. Okay, I call them memes, not memes. I call them memes.
All the memes.
All the little memes. About, Chloe and her best friend, and even her best friend got some backlash. What's her name? The twin?
Oh, Malika?
Yeah, she got some backlash. How people were talking about, how can you say anything when you was dating a married man? And she said, you know what? I was wrong.
I don't know.
She was like, no, everybody was talking about how can you say anything when you was dating a married man? But she was just like, you know what? I said I was wrong. You know? And I stood up for that. I stand behind it, and I take full responsibility. But at the end of the day, like, I didn't make excuses for myself. And I think that's why everybody is coming so much backlash, because it's just like, don't make excuses.
Like, her saying she was drunk and all of that.
Like, don't own up to yourself. Like, why do you need to go on live TV or live Facebook or social media and let everybody know why you were doing what you were doing? Like, it is what it is. Like, go
publicity.
I mean, you know, I don't know
publicity.
why. I think that we will never know what the situation really was. But at the end of the day, you know, like, own up to it. That's really what it is. That's really what it is.
Do you think that's what she's aiming to do in this situation with the Red Talk table? Do you think because I saw that, like, that's what she's trying to, like, put out a public apology. So maybe.
I think that her just kind of publicizing it, you know, just kind of letting everybody know. Like, I seen it on maybe Monday or Tuesday of somebody recording her walking to the table and sitting down. And I'm just like, if you're trying to apologize, you will come out and apologize. You're not just going to
go straight on your social media.
You're not going to let everybody know. You're not going to pub it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be like, hey... she's not saying, "Hey, watch the show," but that's what it's saying.
Yeah,
without saying,
because it got my attention, honey. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this. I want to see what this about." Like, and then Red Talk table, like, they're huge, so I'm like, "What? This is interesting," you know?
Yeah. So I mean, girl, I don't know. We just gonna have to wait and see. Like, we just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see. I mean, I guess we'll have to talk about it next week when we see what she talks about. But
for real.
But I did laugh when I saw that video of her walking to the table because it was like, okay, and action. You got me? Okay, I'm walking to the table. And I'm sitting down. And hold on. And then you remember she was like...
Yeah, I think the ending got me when she was...
It was so dramatic.
Girl, I ain't got time. Listen, y'all.
We'll see y'all next week.
We're going to see y'all next week. This was a great show. Yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube. Make sure you guys keep up with us. Every week we are dropping a new show, and we appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Brilliant T on the beat, and we are out.